Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome back to another VPC stream. We are coming closer to the end here. And we are now in the final stage, lower bracket. Just 3 games away from the grand finals. And we're going to have 2 of those today. Tomorrow then, lower bracket final, which decides over who is going to get into the grand finals together with Pink. And in the lower bracket finals, there is already APA as far as I know. Yeah, APA is already in the lower bracket finals. Because they won the, they lost the upper bracket final. Okay, let me just quickly join the room real quick. So I have that done already. Season 4 rooms. Let me see. Okay. Good. I'm ready. Or maybe I should, yeah, I still need to take a light tank. Okay. I have not set up the graphics yet. Give me a second. I just finished dinner. I'm still having to wake up a little bit. Okay. Just so you know what's going on here. By the way, is Spotify working? Yes, it is. Good. Just so you know what's going on here. We are currently in stage 3 in the lower bracket. Upper bracket is done. Stage 1, stage 2 is done. And now we are only having 1, 2, 3, like two games are going to be played simultaneously. Then there is going to be the lower bracket finals between the 2 winning games of the round that is currently, or that is about to start right now. Among those are, just so you see that here, we do have EG versus Jokes on the one game and Immer versus Vale on the other. Immer versus Vale is going to be streamed here on this channel, and the winners of each are going to play each other then. And that will be it for today already. It will be a little bit shorter than yesterday today. Yeah, yesterday was really long one, a long stream, long day for all the participants here. And I'm actually glad that it is a bit shorter today. But still, keep in mind that it is best of 7, so 4 wins needed for winning. There's an Immer Vale, as I see them, they're pretty much on the same level. I was told that Immer might have, like, statistically the better level. I'm open to see how that's going to play out. If I'm not wrong about it. I think I was told it would be Immer would be like slightly better than Vale, and the results so far have also shown like both are pretty much on the same level. On the other hand, Jokes versus EG, I would bet my money on EG, that's for sure. Jokes has been 8th last official Wargaming tournament season, but they might have chances against EG still. Nothing's impossible in Blitz. There might always be surprise wins, especially when it's only about a few games. Some RNG, some luck, some good and bad days are involved in everyone's playstyle, so the results might differ from the expectations, of course. And yeah, that means we do have Immer versus Vale now, and like I would assume, like more likely, a little bit more likely, it would be Immer versus EG then, leading to EG versus APA in a lower bracket final, which would be then like one of those teams is going to play Pink in the grand finals. I'm speculating a lot here, but yeah, EG versus APA. I would say EG does have the better chance, but that's super close there. that cannot be predicted really. And we are already heading into the game. Let's see who is going to show us the better playstyle here. I'm excited for that, definitely. A good evening everyone who's just joined in. Glad that you're all here. Nice to see you back. See a lot of names that I know. Both teams seem to be heading towards base C, although Vale is a little bit splitted. Vale is trying to defend the A cap also, which might already lead to a good advantage of Immer here. But of course, these teams have no clue just yet. A couple of tanks here on Immer's side spotted. The market man already rotating back towards the C cap, which is a very clever move here. Very good move to not wait for too long and get back on time. But this means that Immer does have the cap advantage. Vale decided to go for a very passive strategy. Without any mediums or light tanks on the field, they have no option to play for the caps here, as they just try to defend A. They could have just decapped A with one shot, but that was pretty much it. So Vale was just counting on being able to push out the enemies in the better position. And the usual playstyle here for this map would be A from the north spawn that is played by Immer right now. Vale is going for a counter push here on the C cap, and Balwan is in trouble. Balwan being completely alone over here is not going to survive this push. Does he have some backup? He doesn't have any backup at all here. Some shots are going to connect from the side, but the 113 being pretty fast can get into cover over here. Immer is counter pushing the other side onto Lauroway and Joey simultaneously. Meanwhile, the 113 played by Balwan got taken out. Blackstar low on hit points, not connecting his last shot. And meanwhile, Lauro down to one shot, gets taken out. Two guns down on the side of each team, but Psychopath Evgeny is also down to a one shot. Yet he seems to be pretty safe there for now. He is maybe going to be taken out by the Kranwagen here. Could be the case. I cannot predict it. Yes, he is actually able to get back into cover there. And the Kranwagen will have 3 shots to put into Hunter Killer. Bounces off the first one. Crucial bounce here for Hunter Killer. He is not going to die. He is actually dying as is pushing in from behind. But the market man also down to a one shot now. Did not allow, no, he does allow now for his teammates to shield him. Vale is having a strong advantage now. Definitely winning this game. Only one guy from Immer left in the back. And that C-cap, that was so crucial, and Vale actually, although they did not have any advantage early on, they did a great push here onto C. And Immer was just having not the best position to defend that. Like having this 113 over there was not that great in the end. EG versus Jokes is currently being streamed by... Don't we have any English streamer for that? No, we don't have any English streamer, surprisingly. Just Falcon, and Falcon is the room moderator. We do have Robert and Rip streaming EG versus Jokes. But yeah, EG is going... I mean, EG is a little bit more likely to win there. And I think... Actually, this might be the more exciting game here, because Vale and Immer are closer on the levels. And I guess that EG will struggle less with Jokes. We will see the final result. I would say like it might be pretty one-sided there on the other game, as Jokes was a little bit lucky to get a high ranking in the first stage. Did not have to find much for it. Although they definitely did get into the top position of their respective group. But yeah, that's not everything. So I would expect really Vale versus Immer to be a lot closer. Both teams are not really on the top of the top level, but they are very strong and experienced teams also, and have been in the top 8 for a long time already. While on the other side, Jokes is also pretty much on the same level as Immer and Vale. EG has mostly been a top 4 contestant. That's what we are used to see on Albenstadt more often. North spawn going for A to be able to get a quick cap. Immer will not be able to decap this. They will have the AMX in the C cap. Maybe he's getting shot. No, he's actually not getting shot by the LT, surprisingly. But it will be a cap advantage to Vale. And that's what we are really used to see here on Albenstadt for a long time already. This has well established south spawn going for C and maybe holding A passively. That's actually quite a nice position here, and Vale did go for this. Actually, there's a B cap going on. Vale did try to decap A. And no one is set up to decap B. Joey pushing in here, might have the shot just a bit too late. Is able to put out a big roll of 600 damage. But Immor does have the double cap advantage, and Hunter Killer can fall back into safety now. It will be super important for Vale to go for a very clever push now. While Immor has to make sure that they do not misplay here. Psychopath of Geni though, being alone, getting pushed onto, does have some backup by the crossfire from the side, but I doubt that they will be able to delete an anti-tank, which would be needed here for Psychopath to win this 1v2. Evgeny getting shot down, maybe also about to get shot from behind. This would definitely cause lots of trouble to him. But we're also having a fight over there with the AMX in a lot of trouble. Immor's AMX went into a way too aggressive position, putting out a last shot here and about to get deleted. First kill for Vale. Immor misplaying with the AMX tremendously, putting that into this position. Joey putting out a nice shot here into the Type 71. 2 guns deleted on each side though. The 50Bs decided to help out on the A side. Evgeny still alive. And double cap pressure still on the side of Immor. But the Market Man now in the B cap together with Lauro here. But he's fluffing the shot as Hunter Killer is still looking for him. Not quite reloaded yet, but Hunter Killer is going to get deleted still, that's for sure. But the 50Bs, one about to be reloaded. I think the T100 needs to get into C, otherwise there is no time for them anymore. He needs to get into C, and that is actually exactly what he is doing, just getting that C cap. But the 50Bs are a huge problem here for Vale, as they do have lots and lots of penetration. 910 points for Immor. They don't have any caps anymore. And Balwan is pushing into La Creature, having 2 shots only though, which might not be enough. 300 APCR shot. He gets the 420 high roll here. Huge thing for Immor. But also the ad one is about to get focused down here by the LT. Will not be able to kill him. The LT, the last man standing. If he is able to kill ad one, he might actually still win on the points. But he has to survive for this. And he doesn't. Point win without any caps for Immor. Just take note of that. Take note of that. That is a big thing here. They just played for the kills when it was the right timing, and that's always a super tricky decision. When to go for the caps, when to go for the kills. Especially when the game is getting to be closer. And if you're playing a tournament, you want to help your teammates. But if you then have to take a cap, and especially for the light tank player, it is such a tricky situation to decide then. Do I just sit in the base now and risk being alone in the end like the LT did? He went for the caps, which was absolutely important. But in the meantime, his teammates are at a huge disadvantage and don't have the LT's DPM in the fight. So that's always a little bit of a gamble and really, really hard decision to take. And it is not often like you would have just one correct answer for that. Highly depends on the situation. But that's a 1-to-1 here. Immor versus Vale. As I said, I expect these games to be close. And yeah, both teams are just not really above the other. I was just reading the chat there a little bit. Bonsai. Jones is the old team, the Spanish team that is now in BPS, or actually they split up. Many people of them, many players stopped playing and others went to BPS Gravitas. And Jokes is basically the Phoenix team, which is a sub-clan of APA, or has been in the past. But there are also some other players, so that it is not exactly the Phoenix team. Yeah, you know, in the esports scene, players are really switching around quite a lot, switching the teams. And yeah, that's how it is. They have bad ping at the start, but I believe at the start the worst teams were actually better because they trained more. The teams of the lower top 8 were constantly training, and let's just focus on the game. We're already seeing a very aggressive play here by Immor, dropping into the B cap, but not going for the cap, just pushing forwards here. Evgeny has lost a few hit points. The Kitsune God also getting countered here by Vale, surprisingly going for C with 2 tanks here. Blackstar being alone against them, offering a possible weak spot for Vale to push onto. So Immor will have to react to this by counter pushing the other side. Now would be the perfect timing here to kill Fatima. Kitsune moving in again, should not go for the crossfire here. He really has to go for Fatima so they do not lose their Blackstar over there for free. Blackstar is doing a good job of just pulling back, pulling away from Vale, surviving for a really long time still. But now he is deleted, and Kitsune in the middle of everyone, about to get focused here, bouncing off Lauro with the side. Fatima still alive somehow. I don't know how he managed to survive for that long. Looks like Immor was splitting up the focus quite a lot. If we're seeing the hit points here of the Vale team, like almost all of the Vale team is having half of their hit points still. But that is not good focus fire here on the side of Immor. They need to focus on one tank after another. And that is not what happened here. Meaning they are 2 guns down now. basically impossible for them to win. Psychopath Evgeny struggling against the LT, who is just circling him here. Will be able to finish him off on the next shot already. There he goes, and we've got only the Leo, which is trying his best, but getting bullied by everyone, going up in flames here. Super aggressive gameplay by Immor. Vale, though, being in an unexpected counter strategy for that, because Vale was playing for the seaside, which is rather uncommon. Mostly teams have like only 2 or 3 tanks at maximum in the city area, while the rest is heading for the outer side. In that situation, Immor would have gone for a really aggressive and strong start by killing 2 tanks of the Vale team. They wanted to spot the crossing also, and they also had a very fragile double Leo lineup. They wanted to really spot the crossing with the heavies, shoot out everyone crossing into the city, into the desert. But maybe they forgot a little bit who they are playing. Vale is well known to like those heavy sides, going with very heavy lineups and just making use of their armor, not messing around too much by going for experimental strategies, which Immor was trying here in this situation. Yeah, I was talking about training of the teams. As far as I know, the teams of the lower top 8 or top 16, they trained more in the recent past, in between the seasons, than the actual top teams. The top teams of the top 4 I'm talking about, they just don't really need to train that much anymore. Mostly they have a really long break in between the seasons and only start like basically now. For PPC, some teams did not even train, others just trained or started training 2 weeks ago. And they just train for about a month or so, and for them basically the qualification stage and just short time before is the training to get back to their former level, because they don't really need a huge improvement anymore. They just need to warm up before each season if they are playing in pretty much the same constellation. So that's the reason also why many of the greater teams, the bigger teams, got into stage 2 in this tournament, because they simply did not have a lot of training, and it just struggled a lot more against teams that were possibly already a lot more trained, a lot better warmed up. Maybe someone, I don't know if anyone's having some knowledge there of Immor Vale, how much they were training. Maybe I could get some insight there. Would be nice to know if they just started or if they have been training for a longer time already, which I assume, or which I have heard from. Also in BPS there was a case with a 3rd team constantly training, and the main teams have not even started, or they are just starting now. The Market Man going for a more aggressive push here into the middle area. Low tried to get in some spots, but just one shot being traded on either side. Kitsune in his showdown took a little bit of a beating, getting pressured here by the Market Man, but there is not any connection anymore. And looks like Immor is trying to go for a move here on the right side already, but they are not fully prepared for it, and the @1 is being left alone a little bit. Chapo pulling back here, and Vale possibly having the option of going full YOLO, killing the @1. They need to be quick at that though. Now they do go in, a little bit delayed, but they do definitely go in now. Crossfiring from Dark Market Man as well. 4-on-1 here. @1 offering a huge weak spot. Might lead to the early gun advantage for the Vale team. reading the situation perfectly here. And Evgeny or Balwan might actually be the next one here, as Vale does have some more shots, some more tanks to the right side here. Balwan now in focus from two sides. Meanwhile, Vale is still having everyone alive. Only Jory bouncing a shot from Blackstar off the back of his turret. Now going down as well, but yeah, 2 guns actually just got deleted on the side of Vale. 3 guns down on Vale's side and on the side of Immor. The Sheridan down to 1 shot is pretty much useless here. Might be backfiring quite a lot. Let's quickly get over here. Chapo taking a HE and a fire. Getting deleted still by the Kranwagen. Vale was able to kill this side here. And is now only having the Type 71 full life still against them. And the Sheridan sitting in the back, trying to put out some shots though, but struggling to do so. I believe the LT is really, I say it every game. I see this setup like LT versus Sheridan. Sheridan may put out an early shot, but it might also just as well bounce because of the bad accuracy. But if it comes to the push, the Sheridan is just absolutely useless. The LT being great at circling enemies with a low silhouette and bouncy armor. Why is Lauro actually still capturing the base? Afraid of a one-shot. But gets him here. Well played by Vale. Is that the 3-1? Yep, it is a 3-1 here. Vale showing a little bit of a stronger performance, I've got to say. A little bit better on the pushes here. And just not as separated as Immor seems to be. There have been a few situations already where Immor had a weak spot to push onto. Like thinking back of Alpenstadt with the 113 there. In this situation, it's been the Edwan being in an aggressive spot and Chapo pulling back. That was just bad coordination here. And Vale could immediately make use of that by counter pushing. If Chapo was maybe rotating to push the left side, it could have worked out. But Chapo was just getting into a passive position to hold, therefore giving up his teammates in the front, which was not particularly helpful to Edwan. Well, Vale showing that they are definitely strong, very capable, and Vale is only 1 win away from deciding this game for them. It is a best of 7 as said, so only really 1 win needed at this point for Vale. Immor might still have to win 3 games in a row. And Mabawake also there. Good evening. And everyone else also. Everyone who just still joined in here. Enjoy the stream, enjoy the games. Good evening. We do have some inside information. Immor, Vale, Serenity have trained a lot. Pink has trained a bit. EG, APA, Raid barely done any trainings. And yeah. Alright, APA ones was Pink, EG. Alright, so yeah, as I was saying basically. Pink does also look a little bit better trained than the other top 4 teams that we're having here. As they are just a little bit faster, but also Pink did not seem to be like 100% on top level just yet. But I believe there is some strong potential for them. Like some bad trades and miscommunications are easier to fix than a lack of ideas. That's my take on that. And some other teams seem to sometimes be a little bit lost there, not have the best clue on what to do when it is not about the opening anymore. And that is an interesting push here by Immor, going down with a 50B here beneath the bridges. 250Bs actually down, and they are about to push onto the Type 71s here, focus onto Dasur, but Kitsune maybe overestimating his chances here. Hunter Killer will have to run away to make sure that he is not the next one. And Immor is pushing forwards here. Very aggressive strategy by Immor, with all of their teammates going for the bridges here, and Vale splitting up a little bit too much. Lauro in focus, about to be taken down here. The Krans now have emptied their clip, have really poor DPM at this point, and they will not survive much longer here. They will 100% sure get taken out. The Krans would only be great for a passive strategy of Immor, but Immor is not allowing for the Krans to make use of their auto-reloader mechanism and go for full clip again. Krans absolutely not working out here in this situation, but it is still 4 tanks on each side, yet Immor is not even having the hit point advantage anymore, but having the tank advantage. There's quite a lot of a hit point deficit here to Immor right now. 3k to 4k, that is 30% more here on the side of the Vale team. That is a huge thing to them, but they are having the gun disadvantage. Yet Immor being in way better positions now. And by killing that VK, the hit point deficit was just got rid of, or was just changed in favor of Immor. Here you can see again, like, great example of how much DPM plays a role. It is much better than just hit points. If you are 1 tank down, it means that you are like in a 4 versus 3. 1 tank down means you are just having 25% less effective DPM on the field. And that might make a huge difference. Also, it will be much harder to hide from all the enemies if there are more enemies. But you can only hide from a certain number of tanks. The Market Man and his teammate Fatima seem to be a little bit out of position here. Down beneath the bridges, decided to counter push. And you do see why the high ground is so important here. Especially on this map. The AMX is down below the bridge. Beneath the bridge were basically just a bait. Could have gotten behind the Vale team to put their clips in. But like this, Vale decided to push the AMXs and gave up all the good positions. Got pressured down from the top also, as a VK72 has been super slow to move up. The Market Man. On 100 hit points, 111 exactly actually. Nice number, but yeah, not enough. Well played here by Immor, and you are seeing aggressive strategies work out. Especially for the teams that do not have the best coordination in every situation. Talking about the... I don't want to blame anyone here, just being realistic. Immor Vale have been like top 8 teams already. They have... I don't think they have ever been top 4. Vale maybe once when they teamed up with former R2K members. But yeah, that's a thing here. These teams are just good on strategies, on building, creating very solid strategies. Can do good pushes also. But the difference then to the top 4 level is still a little bit when it comes to the relocations and pushes. It's just about the team play, working together with all the team members, all the tanks, being ready to fight when it is needed, and being safe from getting pushed onto. Here is really where the top 4 teams do excel, that they are just moving back when the enemies are pushing forwards and they don't have any advantage anymore. Then they are moving back, rotating to the other side, and quickly making sure they are not losing any advantage. And therefore, it is a little bit safer for these teams here to just count on these push strategies, where they are just going in with everyone. The focus fire is a little bit easier to train there, and a little bit easier to perfect than all the relocations that have to be timed to perfection then. Immor sending down a tank again, but this time it is a Type 71 going down here, not a 50B. One LT spotting the B cap. And Vale again offering a huge weak spot here for Immor to push onto. This might end up in a very similar situation to the last game. They just have to go in here, about to focus the market man. And Blackstar is right behind, will have good crossfire here. But Blackstar and Belwan, Chapo will have to make sure to not stay down for too long, because Vale is reacting already and pushing up here, taking the control back of the hill area, of the bridge area. At one in focus. Evgeny got deleted. One tank out on each side. And Immor is losing on the hit points right now. Vale having the better positions. Hunter Killer in focus here. Possibly still able to kill Lauro. But the LT is also pushing in from behind. Will be super important for Hunter Killer to penetrate every single shot. The LT does have to get into the fight. Takes out one shot. Super important here for them. Tasseur is in trouble here. Getting focused by Blackstar from behind. Not going to survive this either. And Chapo a little bit out of the situation, out of the fight right now. Immor does have the hit point advantage again. They do have the tank advantage as well. The LT though will have to run away. So putting in a really nice shot here into the IS-4 just on the run. But now he is getting away from that healthy IS-4 to just go for the kill shot here of the 60p. Awesome play by that 2100 LT to get away from the full tanks, the full life tanks, to kill the one shot, just what he is there for. And he will be able to just put his DPM in from the side again, but he has to wait still for his teammate heavies. Otherwise, the LT is most likely 100% sure actually to get pushed onto. But he does manage to get away, which is also allowing the remaining teammates to move up through a little bit of chaos here. It's almost impossible to move through. The LT is back, causing trouble to the IS-4. And that means we are getting to the tiebreaker here. Vale on the match point for 2 games already is now pulled even on by Immor. Awesome to see that. Vale just not sticking to their philosophy in terms of strategy and not staying close together with everyone. On both of these games, it was a very similar case of Vale splitting up, Immor having the gun advantage on the bridge area, being able to just push forwards and gain the early gun advantage. Although Vale did a great job of pushing back to take back control of the bridges. But I'm surprised actually to see. I was surprised to see Immor win. They had like 1000 hit points less at some point. And Vale was on the bridges, which is, like as I said, the bridges are just way stronger here. Kitsune having a really nice time at farming. I think that guy really played an absolutely crucial role here. Vale did not have any mats or lights. The LT having that supreme DPM, the mobility, having 4 kills in the end. The LT was absolutely able to just get behind while Vale was on the bridge. They are still focusing the full life IS-4 or the relatively healthy IS-4. The LT was dropping in from behind, constantly putting out his DPM into the back of the Vale team, was still able to run away, get the kill shots, get back to the fight. There's big strength there of the light tanks, medium tanks, although it is such a heavy meta, and Vale is really counting on the Type 71s to have the absolute advantage over mediums and light tanks. It still cannot be denied how important it can be to have an extra bit of mobility and DPM for giving up some hit points and armor. This time Immor is not playing with any mediums and light tanks. Tiebreaker here, meaning any of these teams losing this one would be out of the tournament. And Immor seems to not want to risk anything, going for the C cap. The thing is, talking about the map here, it is easier to go for A and B. You will gain the cap advantage. You cannot go for C and B, because it is very hard to cover. And Vale is going pretty aggressive, does have the cap advantage already, does have the A cap here. They don't have enough information to push in yet, but Immor is pretty splittered here. The 60TP definitely offering a weak spot for Vale to push onto, but they do not know about this. Actually, they could know maybe. There are a lot of Immor tanks spotted. Vale could decide to push onto the 60TP here from the side. Although, of course, there's still Chapo. I did not see that one yet. Alright, okay. With the Chapo there, holding up the back, it is maybe the better call for Vale to not go forwards and rather sit it out on the caps for now. They also have gained a good hit point advantage on Balwan, who got smacked quite a bit. Balwan having to be super careful now, because he will be the tank to get focused. And actually, Vale is moving forwards again. They have decided to go for it. Evgeny, though, will drop down quite soon, unless if he's getting perma-tracked. But I don't think the types will have the DPM. There's another track shot by the VK. Kill shot here on Evgeny. The TP is only having 1 repair kit. Super important kill here. Gun advantage to Vale. Fatima in focus here, but I don't think Immor does have enough guns available. Both teams lost 2 tanks here. Hit point advantage on the side of Immor, but it looks like Vale does have the better team play here, the better positions. It is actually Immor now with a slight advantage, as they are having the better crossfire potentially, but Vale is doing really well with the focus fire. And I'm not 100% sure if Immor is able to keep up here. They are having the gun disadvantage, and they are in close combat, meaning they really suffer from all the DPM disadvantage. Does not look like Immor would have any chance still, although the Market Man is about to get deleted. It would be a wonder if Immor was able to win this somehow. VK bouncing the back of the Type 71. This might be huge here. If Joey got deleted, still Chapo down to a 1-shot now. Not able to put out the last shot into Joey. And that, if not earlier, absolutely was deciding here. Blackstar still getting set on fire. Losing all of his hit points in a matter of seconds. And that is it for Immor. Vale getting the deserved win. Absolutely deserved, I've got to say. The two defeats there on New Bay were not too great by Vale, but I've got to say, like, overall, Vale was having a little bit of an upper hand, doing a little bit of a better job here. Okay, they're all gone already. Just wanted to write GG still. Well. Good game here, definitely. Was super intense. I said it, I predicted it. These games are going to be close. And that was absolutely the case. I love to see this. Both teams had strong chances of winning this one still. Epic comeback by Immer, but eventually it was not exactly enough. Okay, the room is gone, and we will have to wait a little bit, but okay, that gives me the time to just go for a short break and being able to take some breath. And let me just have a look if we already have the results of the other room. We definitely should have the results. I mean, can't be any longer than a 3 to 4. Let me see. Okay. No, we do not have the result here, at least not on the online thingy. What to call it, I don't know. Give me a second. I will just quickly have a look onto the Discord server. The others are not done yet. They have not finished yet, okay. So we do not know the next teams yet. Starting in about 15 minutes, by the way, just so you know. Maybe I can just have a sneaky look into the room. But yeah, the result at the moment should be pretty obvious. Seems to be, or seems to have been even. Let's see. And it is. I just joined into the room. And just so you can see. 4 to 3 for EG. Joke still getting far here. All right. Nice. Okay, and let's get back here. I mean, we do not need to look at this. Joke's actually still getting it to be super close against a giant like EG. But yeah, good job to them. Just as Immer, really good job to both teams. And if any one of those teams is still watching, or maybe offline watching later on, could be the case. Thanks for playing, BBC. It was awesome to have you here. To all the teams that got kicked out already. Did an awesome job. And it was really nice to have this tournament to this point. Now we only have 4 teams in the tournament still. Am I correct about this? No, 5 teams. We only have on the next game then EG versus Vale. The winner of that match is going to play APA then on the lower bracket final. The winner of that is getting into the grand final and about to play against Pink. The last two games that I was mentioning here are going to be played tomorrow. Today we will only still see Vale versus EG. Okay, okay, nice. Yeah, I see. White wants help us actually here. Why, Jack? Why were you not streaming today? We didn't have any English coverage on the other game. Was surprising. I guess it would have been nice, probably, or maybe rolling was set up. Or, never mind. Guys, I will just go for a short break here. I do even have a replay to show then. I had like my best PC game so far, since I'm playing on PC again. If you don't know, I'm just playing on PC for like 2 weeks again, and just a little bit. Mostly I'm still playing on touch, and I want to just also keep playing on touch. But I had a pretty nice game earlier. Super close though, super lucky. So I will show that to you and take a little bit of a break. See ya back then in a few minutes. Heck, that's actually the wrong one. This one it is. Have fun. Okay, we're back. And yeah, next game is awaiting us, EG versus Vale. Let's put that onto the chat as I was just asked for. Okay, let me just get the password. And we are in. Teams are not there yet. Also, I see PayPal. Привет. Rico, привет. Some more Russian speaking players here. Good evening, everyone. Enjoy the show. And Vale versus EG is going to be our next game. Yeah, microphone's turned on. I was just double checking because I had turned it off. And yeah, EG has just won 4-3 against Jokes. Vale won 4-3 against Immer. Super close game. So hoping this one will be just as close and just as exciting. EG doesn't seem to be in their top form yet, which is a good thing for Vale, which is a little bit better prepared here for this tournament. As I was saying earlier, like the top teams, the top 4 teams have not trained as much as the others. So the whole field of teams is a little bit closer together, which is really good actually for the tournament. Although it is sometimes just lacking a little bit of pace compared to other tournaments in the past, like the official tournaments. Like especially at the start, I really felt that, and I was like, come on, guys, you can do better. But eventually, I'm happy that it is just a bit closer together like this, and it is actually really possible for any team to win this year almost. After all, my predictions were still pretty much correct. Like, not always, but like most of the games were turning out as I thought they would. Like at least in the final result, not necessarily in the points at all, because I would not have expected Jokes to hold up for that long against EG. And wasn't I actually saying Immor would be better than Immor? Immor would be better than Vale. I think I was saying that. But as far as I've heard, like it's close, but just Immor potentially having a little bit of an advantage. But maybe I'm also just mistaken then. And I've not seen any trainings and stuff. So I don't have like actual insight there. I just noticed something funny. Actually, I wanted to post a YouTube link on my Discord server. If you're not there yet, there's a link down in the description below on YouTube. On Twitch, you will have to look at my channel. Yeah, I was trying to share a link and I just shared the title. Okay. Yep. That was not exactly working out like that. Should something be done about the Type 71? Rutland is asking. Yes. It's just too annoying like that. And I would, like, they already nerfed the engine power a little bit. I would expect Wargaming to nerf that engine power even further, because a tank armored as much as a Type 71 just cannot be fast and have good DPM, or at least solid DPM, and be good like in every aspect. That's just not how tanks are balanced. Although from time to time we do have like OP tanks just to keep the meta in, or not to keep it interesting, but to keep the game interesting and change the meta every now and then. But yeah, it would be time for the Type to get another nerf. Okay. We're also about to get a new tank, so maybe the Type is not getting nerfed that much after all, because we're getting the Minotauro auto reloader TT with a lot of armor. Kranwagen here set up to decap B. Let's talk about the game. Sheridan responsible for the quick spot here in the middle. And Vale definitely has some information. But Vale is set up quite passively. The T100 LT on the side of EG might just drop into the C cap, but that would also mean that he would not be able to deliver any information anymore. Yet he is now going in. Maybe a little bit late actually. Vale will have the cap lead. And also quite important here for EG that Lauro in the back there has already lost a lot of hit points, which might be very important in the later stage of the game. On the other side, we'd still have Vanus in the T100. Now also rotating back. Not going to hold the C cap here. Maybe Orca is still staying just to spot up anyone crossing over there. He would definitely have the spots of heavies and could potentially have a big shot. And it looks like Vale is preparing to go for that push. Vale having the cap lead. But they are this time playing with a push here onto B and C simultaneously. Orca will have some decapping shots onto the B cap. But not that much, I believe. Not that many. Will be the question now. Nicolate moving out, but being a little bit too late here. Well played here by Vale. But now Real Husky is a huge weak spot to push onto for EG. Triple caps for just a little bit of time for the Vale team. And Vale has to get a bit more aggressive because they are going to lose the Real Husky. And they are pushing forwards already straight onto Orca and Nicolate. Maybe they would have to decide to go for Winchellate instead, as he is having more DPM. But Jory suffering a lot here as he's pushing in. Winchellate in focus. The Real Husky as well. The Real Husky is down to a 2-shot already. Will be taken out if Winchellate penetrates his shot. If he does, of course. But Winchellate is also not going to last much longer. Then there are 2 tanks of the EG team right behind 3 Type 71s from Vale. But they are in crossfire. Moving up here, going for the Crown Van could just get them to lose a ton of hit points. But actually it is already looking very good for EG. They are down 1 tank. 2 tanks now, and about to kill the next one over here. They have killed 3 tanks from Vale. Jory also down to a 1-shot or 2 shots. 3 versus 5 here. And Vale not in the best positions. The rotation towards C and B was great, but they kind of split up too much then. I was just following those 3 tanks pushing forwards over here. Thought it would be looking good. But the remaining tanks, there was 1 tank on B and the others died somewhere in the back where they should not have been anymore. Needed to somehow get closer to B and help with a push, as it was definitely super important to push forwards then. And I just forgot. Someone asked me to show the final results again. Sometimes I forget because I don't really think they say too much. Yeah. Damage split obviously on tournament games is pretty good always. There's always 1 tank or 2 to get focused first. In this case, the Real Husky not penetrating too many shots here. Although he was in a 1v1 against Winchellate, and yeah, that was already a big problem. Loro also misplaying quite a lot in the end here. He should have definitely helped out with a push onto the Sheridan. That would have been great if Loro was there to counter the Sheridan. But he was in the back camping, got tagged, got trapped by the EG team, which was not waiting it out for too long. Well. Okay. Okay. Leah, stop being rude. Next game, same map. Oh. This scene we want. And Immor is out. Vale this time having T100 LT. To go for spots. You're going for a passive spot though. Very passive. He did not collect any information. He would be able to just spot heavies moving to C. But he cannot decap. EG with a very aggressive strategy playing for the middle. And the LT misplaying here. LT absolutely messing up and getting deleted for that. Is he getting out of this? He is still alive, but he is not going to survive this. The LT basically losing the game here at the start by a huge misplay, driving into the hill because he was probably looking to his back instead of focusing on the driving. But Vale is reacting quickly, has also killed one tank here, yet the mobility advantage is now on EG's side. Double cap advantage to EG. Hit points in favor of Vale at the moment, and they are having some tanks to push on too. EG was not going for a lot of map control here. Chocolate in focus now. And down he goes. Gun advantage to Vale. Great reaction here. Not allowing EG to make any use of having that extra tank on the field. 3 tanks of the EG team got deleted. And Vale also having a couple of low hit point tanks right now. Nikolai, the next one to get focused. Pushing onto him will expose the Vale team quite a lot. Meanwhile, La Creatura here capturing the base, and EG does not seem to be able to cover that FE205B too greatly. The LT and Sheridan cannot really move into the fight. Double cap pressure on the side of Vale now. The light tanks cannot do too much about this, but there are 2 one-shots here for this Sheridan. He cannot really move in. No, great shot into the market man. Big high roll also with the heat. Meanwhile, Fatima is about to get focused. He is the only one that could not run away on EG's side. And he is about to get deleted quite soon. Here, Lauro still... No, it wants a last shot before dying. Fatima almost blocking him. Vanus moved in to support his teammate, but I think that was a little bit too late to move in. Costing him some unnecessary hit points that he might need elsewhere. Great shot by Vanus, but he is also getting deleted. Orca pretty trapped here. And now about to get pushed onto... Oh, the Orca can still kill 2 of those one-shots. Going in, La Creatura is bouncing. Orca wants to get the kill shot. He does get the kill shot, but he will lose some hit points for that. HE miss here, or failed HE onto the Sheridan. The market fan about to get deleted as well. And Fatima trying to HE again. Orca not having the points though. The points are ticking against him. Tanks turning circles. I think. I was thinking they... Okay. Oh, man. I was thinking I disconnected or they disconnected, but Orca gave up there as the points were just unbeatable. Orca still tried his best. Could have had like a little bit of a chance still, but was just a bit too late. I think Vanus kind of lost his mind. Where is he? There he is. Kind of lost control, like lost his temper. And he pushed in when it was not the best call to push in still. Lost like all his hit points, died, and that was just not a great move from him, got to say it like it is. The LT got deleted for not really any reason. Orca still tried his best, and we could see there as Orca still managed to kill 2 of the remaining tanks. If the LT was still alive somehow, we could have still seen 2 light tanks against 1 heavy. And if each of them was going for a cap, it could have actually still been a win potentially for EG. But awesome game here by Vale. I got to acknowledge that and really got to praise them for that. Awesome game by Vale, although the light tank player was doing a huge mistake at the start and almost throwing away the game. I honestly thought there was no chance for Vale anymore after the light tank died that early by driving into the goddamn hill. But mistakes like that happen, should not happen in a top level tournament though. Okay. Next game will be on a different map. It is going to be Kennel, a map that is well known for crossfire and light strategies. And as we are seeing here, both teams are going relatively light. EG deciding to go for lots of batches. The first time seeing the batches here in the tournament. I'm pleased to see that. And actually 2 batches, double LT, triple Type 71. On the other side, we do have Vale going for triple LT and quadruple Type. So a few more hit points on the field for Vale, a bit more armor. Yet the mobility advantage is on the side of EG. And if EG is able to go for good pushes with the batchets, they do have the clipping advantage. I think actually, judging by the lineup, EG does have an advantage here because this map is huge, and if they manage to find the enemy light tanks, then these batchets are going to be super painful. Both teams heading to base A, where they will find each other. Fatima here losing a lot of hit points already as he's crossing over. Try to decap base C, but finding 3 tanks there. This is absolutely not working out for him. He's trapped. He is about to get killed quite soon. But it will be mostly about the A cap here, where EG does have 4 tanks against 3. Does have the batchets with a clipping potential. And this will be super important. Although Vanus ran away, did not stay on the A cap. Orca getting focused down, about to get killed. He's down to a 1-shot now, getting killed by Lauro. Good job by him. Nicolite down to a 2-shot, getting killed as Ray Winchellate. Now the last man standing, just dodging the shot, getting out of this. Meanwhile though, EG is also going for a counter push onto the B cap, onto the double types here that are still trying to hold the base. Double cap on the side of Vale, but it won't be about those caps. It's absolutely not going to be about the caps, just about the kills on this game. La Creatura is the next one to go down here on the side of Vale, meaning guns are even right now, but hit point advantage by good margin on the side of Vale. Getting a little bit closer again. Vanus going for another YOLO move here, trying to... I don't know what he was trying there. Vanus YOLOing in again and not moving anywhere useful. Getting shot down here. Carolite alone against the LT and Type still trying to get another shot into Jory, but failing to do so. Oh, well, yeah, Okay, that did not work out for EG. That did absolutely not work out for them. Actually, I have no clue why Vanus was not staying on the A cap together with his light tanks. Vanus was just... I have no idea what he was doing, honestly. He was pushing to A with all of his teammates, all the light tanks. EG had 4 light tanks against 3 light tanks on the Vale side, and Vanus somehow dropped down and ran away causing EG to lose the A cap. And Vanus was not able to be more effective anywhere else, which I was thinking could have been the case there. So in that situation, maybe it would have been worth it to give up the A cap. But I don't understand it, honestly. I don't want to bash on him, but I think there was either he was dropping down by accident and not getting up again, or he was, I don't know, maybe that was the case, that he was just driving down accidentally and did not want to move up again when everyone was potentially aiming for him. I cannot say. I really can't say. Well, what I can say is that the A corner was crucial here. And with the 4 light tanks against 3, EG would have won the A corner, and they already have shot down that one Type 71 from Vale very early on in the game, so they basically had the same amount of heavy tanks on the field, just that one low hit point tank still alive on Vale's side. So overall, EG was about to win once they killed the A corner. They could just hold the heavy side. They did actually have the cap advantage. They did have the hit point advantage. Or not necessarily, but probably they did already have the hit point advantage. And yeah, was not going too well here for them. And I think they have to focus, EG has to focus a bit more if they want to win this. Because Vale, although not being like the favorite for winning this game against the well-known AG, they are doing better right now. Although there have also been misplays on Vale's side. Thinking back to the Black Goldville game, but overall, like, Vale is doing a superb job right now. Let's get to the next game. Vale this time going a lot heavier. There's still many light tanks on the side of EG. Double Batshot and a light tank LT going for A. Vale having set up the Batshots to camp, pushing into the middle with a Type 71s, but they will have the light tanks right behind them. This is not going to work out for Vale, I can already tell you. Of course, right now the Types are covered, but they are getting crossfired from the A corner. AG with a cap advantage. And Vale being set up very passively. The 60 TP lost a lot of hit points early on. Fatima now trying to push in here. But EG does have the weak spots right in front of them. They can focus down the Market Fan. They can focus down on Fatima here. And they will have a 2-gun advantage. La Curatura, Carolite just getting into the middle there. Also getting into a bad position. But also La Curatura is going down without any doubt. Nicolite and Ringelite are also down on hit points. But now it is up to the light tanks to roam around and finish off the rest here. Real Husky being shot down to 1 shot. EG having a good hit point advantage, although Nicolite just got killed still. And Winch is about to get taken out by the LT or by the Batshot. Batshot bouncing, this is huge. Almost Winch had the last shot here. But Vale going for a risky push through the middle, with EG having much better crossfire with the light tanks on A. This strategy was doomed to lose from the start on, I've got to say. With a move that EG did, Vale was just not prepared for that. This would have only worked out if EG went for the D side. Otherwise, double batshits can kind of... Oh, sorry, I skipped the result again. Double batshits can kind of be expected to go for A. And yeah, I think like that it was a bit predictable there that the batshits would be on A. Rarely ever they go for the D side. And Vale was not trying at all to get any cap advantage. They just went for the shootout of the A side and tried to go for the B push, but pretty late, I've got to say. The batshits camping on the hill there, they were trying to get in the shots on B, and maybe the plan would have worked out a little bit better if Vale was actually committing to that B push with everyone. And also pushing in from the right side for the B cap as soon as they had the information. Just like they did in the end, basically. Once we've seen the LT and batshit still go for that 60 TP and kill the one-shots on B after the Type 71s already died. But if they did so earlier, they could have focused a lot better than just staying at a distance, I believe. It was a super risky strategy, and this is the only way that I could have seen Vale win this game. But it was still, even if they pushed B with everyone, it was still super risky thing to do and not set up for a win with a big chance, like 50-50. There were the tanks on A farming the whole time then. The double batshits and the LT on EG side, I could have just supported very nicely from the A cap. But if Vale was able to just go for lots of focus fire, kill a couple of tanks on the B cap, could have worked out. Maybe. Like this, they just sent in 2 tanks and everyone else was trying to support from a long distance, which was just not effective. They offered some weak spots to push onto, and EG did. Maybe they hoped for EG to fall for the trap, push onto the types, so they could support with the batshits, but still they would have lost the 2 types. And they did kill Correlate for that, but there was just not enough. But alright, we are switching the maps. Last map also well known for a rather mobile lineup, which EG certainly is better at than the Vale team. Like single player skill level and tournament experience is just higher on EG's side. That's got to be said. So medium strategies are more likely to be in favor of the EG team. But we're having a heavy meta anyways, which Vale is also pretty strong at. Quick A cap here on the Vale side. Loro in the A cap already. Sheridan spotting for him to keep him safe. But also, meanwhile, we've got a lot of 113s here. Good tanks to deliver DPM, not the best tanks to hold up a position with. Especially against the Type 71s. They are struggling right now, not having the gun depression, not having that much armor. They get caught off guard there a little bit. EG was doing really well at just shooting them down. Another big shot into the 113. There's still the double 60 piece here set up for the crossfire. We've seen that position being played earlier already in another game of EG. And Vale is going for the push here with the 113s, but they are struggling to penetrate. They are losing a ton of hit points here, and they do not have the advantage to push in with any more. They have down 4k hit points here, not connecting any shots. The 113s far weaker tanks in terms of armor than the Type 71s. And they were used for holding a position. Although it is actually a gun advantage to Vale. Although that got changed already. But Vale is going for a desperate push at this point. And I don't think it is going to work out here for Vale. The 113s in the desert just not fast enough. Being afraid when getting spotted by the Sheridan, could not move into the corner. And EG with very strong position of play here. Being able to just get a very clear win on this game. Vale still trying their best to get this to be a close game. No, though the last man standing now. And there he goes. The 113s in that position. They probably tried to push into the corner at the start, but the Sheridan spotting them up led to all of them just stop in a bad spot. The 60Ps on the other side being ready to crossfire them. Vale completely out of position there. They still moved in with the Type 71s afterwards. But maybe gambling on being able to take the 113s to the corner in a matter of Type 71s could have been a bit too much here. Maybe not exactly the best call for them to go for the 113s here, triple 113s, although the Type 71s have clearly proven to be the better tanks at the moment. And yeah, they just struggled a lot there. They really, really struggled. Although they did still do some damage, but we're seeing lots of tanks here on Vale's side not getting to fight at all. But okay, that is 3-2 for EG now, meaning we are at a match point to EG. Only one win away from the lower bracket finals. And Vale will have to do better this time. Vikas and Sheridan spotting each other. EG also spotted on their rotation into the desert, just as the Vale team. Vale basically doing the same thing with their 60TPs as EG did last game. They're also having a Kranwagen on the A side. EG being in the city with one type, 60TP and the Sheridan. Is there any advantage anywhere? Fatima being a little bit isolated here. EG potentially in better positions to go for a move. But it looks like Vale rather wants to go for a rotation into the desert here and push the corner out. The 60TP in the back, slowly making his way into the desert. Meanwhile, Winchellate is approaching the B-cap, trying to spot a little bit. Getting spotted by the Vikas. And Orca a little bit lost so far. And there comes a push here by Vale. Lacreatura are the first man to go in. Pushing in first into Chocolate. Having 3 tanks in front of him. Vale having 4 tanks on this side. This might be a huge thing for Vale. But the 60TP is still shooting under. Also working out if Loro is able to connect. The kill shot is not able to do so. It will be super important here for Vale to focus fire a little bit better. And in the best case, Lacreatura is bouncing off another one. And he does actually bounce off another one. Vanos getting shot down. Lauro getting shot down. There goes the one shot finally. Ender being deleted. Gun advantage to Vale. But Lea Creatura down to a one shot. Yet he's still alive. The first one to go in. And Vale does have one gun less now. 2 guns less. Yet having the hit point advantage. Still 1 gun disadvantage to Vale. But the Market Man here in bad crossfire. Which just got rid of Vale's hit point advantage. Kranwagen will be the one to kill Vanus. Most likely. But he misses a shot. Yet the Market Man is still ready to take him out. And that is the crucial DPM that the Kranwagen does not have. That he is wasted here on Correlate. Fatima giving up at this point. Vale almost having this. But in the end it was just not quite enough. We've seen Ender being focused. A tank that was not the most important one. I mean, Ender was quite far in the back, was offering free damage potentially, but the corner push was just more important here. In the end, Vale did have more guns on the more hit points on the field, yet did not manage to take out the tanks that they needed. Lauro here going down with one shot only. TP's gun not as reliable as it should be. Vickers also not being that effective here. Cannot really point a finger at what, like, who has been losing this one. Ender was in focus here, but that's okay. There were also a few tanks here on EG's side, just not getting a lot of damage, but still, like, well. Yeah, there was a win to EG here. Vale not able to keep up in the end. There were a couple of misplays involved, and the push into the corner just did not come as aggressive as it maybe needed to be. Vale was splitting up the focus fire, losing one tank almost in the corner for that, losing some tank in the middle area, and just not able to trade tanks as they were just going for the damage of Ender in the back, who was not too easy to reach for too many tanks. Although they did manage to shoot him down. The bounce there also from Lauro onto the one shot, potentially quite important for Vale. I don't know to what extent this was about the RNG here. Overall, it is safe to say that EG was delivering the better games in terms of positions, although there have been lots of misplays also on EG's side, and Vale did have a good chance of winning, yet they did not keep up in the very end. And yeah, still, Vale did show an awesome performance here. They got quite far in this tournament. Got to be 5th actually. Now there's only EG, APA, and no, 4th. Well, yeah, 4th actually, because now there's only EG, APA, and Pink. Pink already in the grand finals. And EG will still play against APA to get into the grand finals. That's going to happen tomorrow then. So tomorrow we will start with the lower bracket finals, EG versus APA, another best of 7. And after that, at 9 PM, we will have the grand finals with a best of 9 then. So that's going to take a bit longer still. And yeah, Vale, thanks for playing also to you. And nice games here. I kind of feel guilty because today I was super critical about the teams and pointing out lots of mistakes. Being in my analysis mode, I get to say, of course, I'm no tournament player who has the experience of not doing that kind of mistake. I'm not the one playing down there. Those guys are training almost daily, and they have a ton of top level experience. I can only analyze from my point of view and say what was going wrong in my perspective. So yeah. If there's anyone not agreeing with my opinion, feel free to. I'm open to discuss. Also, feel free to put your opinion into the chat. But yeah. X is actually also just pointing that out. But yeah, it is as it is. I do have the comfortable position of being the one to see everything here. I can only analyze with the experience that I have already. Okay, nice games here. Thanks everyone for watching. It was definitely some good stuff we could see today. Especially the Immor versus Vale games. I like those more actually than the EG games here. Because on the EG versus Vale games, it was often lost because of some mistakes. There were bigger flaws in like the gameplay or the strategies here and there. On Immor versus Vale, it was a lot closer still. The mistakes were on both sides here, really. So yeah, I really like to see the spectators with 0 damage are guilty. Yep. It was really nice to see them play here. Okay, guys and girls. I think I can now also just relax a little bit, still play a few random games. Tony asking if pro players complain about RNG, even more so. Because they think they know when a shot is about to penetrate. Like, if you know, like, how to aim, then you know, like, you do have, like, I don't know how other people say it, see it, if they are, like, 80% chance of penetrating. For me, it is, like a pie chart, the aiming reticle. I do see, like, how much of the reticle is covered by the enemy tank, and it's basically like a percentage of penetrating a shot. So yeah, I don't know how it is for other players. And if you then like, okay, this is an 80% chance of penetrating and you miss, of course you get fed up with the RNG. Red BPS, yeah, these morons didn't play. They were too afraid to lose. So yeah, gotta blame them a little bit for that. They were just pussies, not wanting to play. Foxy, I hope you hear this. Other teams are giving their best here and delivering an awesome show, whereas BPS, I didn't even wear the BPS t-shirt because of this. Doesn't make sense to wear it. Okay, let's go for some PC games though. I'm getting better with the PC again. I don't feel like switching over to touch now. Why is it actually the case? Like, I remember being able to sit in front of my gaming monitor and having the camera right in front of me, but now camera is already showing half my kitchen and I'm just off to the side. Thanks for following. KSPT 02. Good evening, welcome. Oh, 2 heavies versus 3 here for us. No, Angie, I'm not going to wear a different color. I like gray. Doesn't everyone like gray? It's the most beautiful color ever. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to flank around a little bit. Try to see if I can have some crossfire into the T-54 here. Ah. Nice bounce. High roll, please. Come on. You guys have the Leo. I guess so. I dubbed, so. But we're winning this. TVP has to be killed. Oh, no spawn liner, or is the... I honestly don't know if the thing is broken, the marker. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What the hell? Yes, of course. Maybe you have to kill the T-54. Okay, never mind. Bounce up. Oh, come on. Really? Oh, really? I had this... You're kidding me. Oh, TVP, man. He's reloading now. Ammo wreck, okay. Yeah, Foxy not playing for 10 euros. Maybe play for the pride. Like 90% of the teams here, like in any tournament, they don't win any money. They win nothing from the tournaments. All the top 16, top 32 teams, they just play for fun. Imagine. Just play because it's great to play tournaments and beat some good teams sometimes. Okay, gotta fix the camera a little bit. Ugh. Oh, that's actually better.
Let's get this show on the road.
Only 2 heavies. Only 2 heavies on the lineup, and our medium is going for the medium side aggressively. That's not good. I will camp here. I could also decide to push through on the right side, but my T-57 is not quite fast. So let's just... Ah, damn it. I hope I'm not completely useless. Track, please. Okay. Oh. Do I have maybe any chance of... No! Come on, I don't want to reload for... No! Oh! 3, 2, 1, reload. Don't want to wait forever. Cleaning lady cleaned the camera? No, didn't clean it. Maybe it was out of focus. You know, this is the manual focus lens, and sometimes I'm just not sitting in the right position. I bounce him, maybe. Oh yeah, I did bounce him. Alright, I'm not going to be able to win the right flank here. There are 3 tanks of the enemy, so we have to kill the left side. And I want to move into a position where I can have backup by my teammates. In case I get pushed onto. But yeah. This guy's down. Oh no. Oh no. Bowler shot, let's go. Come on. Cooking stream incoming. Yeah. Nice voice crack. I don't feel too comfortable here. I don't have much backup. Okay, I do have the faster intro clip than the Kran. But I think I could just hear the FV shoot. Oh no. These no good. These no good. Still has one. Only 2.8k sadly, but alright. Maybe a little break in element the stream delay. Problem is... Problem is, as I'm restreaming to both platforms, the thing is that I cannot just restart the stream and reconnect to the same one. I would have to go for a new stream then. I might actually do this. But let's just go for just the last game. Few last games. Is there still even anyone watching? 5 people on Twitch and 20 people on YouTube. So yeah, I'm not restarting right now. Ah! Okay, let's go medium side. Kill the Mets. Can you maybe move? Or is it texting or something? Go, 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 go. Good job, T62. Very clever to stay there right in front of me. Take the whole clip. Only one shot. Yeah, okay, he has another one. Oh, there's a WT. How about my teammates move? How about my teammates move? Okay, they move left first and move to the right side then. When we have like Sheridan and T62 available for free kills. I was not really paying too much attention to the minimap, to be fair. Ah. You should know that I'm streaming BBC. Because he... Can I not message him? I mean, I cannot even answer. He only knows me because of my streams. Because of BBC streams. And yeah, with the camera, like, usually I'm sitting further to the left side where I'm further away, so... That's the reason why it might not be set up perfectly for my current position. Could be the case. Guys who are watching on YouTube right now, you see that pinned message there. Usually all my streams happen on Twitch. Just for like tank specific streams, I have recently decided to just restream to both platforms, and also tournaments I like restreaming to both platforms just because those streams will be saved for eternity. But yeah, my usual streams are all on Twitch only, and if you enjoy this and think you might just join in from time to time, just like it a little bit, maybe just better than the next bad Blitz YouTuber, then consider leaving a follow on Twitch there, because yeah, that's that. All my streams are just Twitch only. Almost. And also, yeah, I want to restart the stream here. I want to just go for a quick break and get rid of the delay. Just in a few seconds, a few games maybe. Then I will just stream on Twitch. And maybe switch to the iPad. Oh, actually, now I'm fine with the PC gameplay. It's not all that bad anymore. I'm hitting my shots again. And the graphics look much better. Okay. Perfect angle. Here, like one of 100 shots maybe where the calibrated shots could have actually helped me. I know most people play the AMX with calibrated shells. I don't like it. I don't want calibrated shells. Oh. And the aim time is so awful now on the AMX. Accuracy did not change, but the aim time is like plus 0.4 seconds since it got changed. I will probably just be able to put out one clip, so... Let's do it like this. Nice. Well, it was still worth it. Okay. So yeah, if you have Twitch, make sure to leave a follow on Twitch there. Link is up in the pinned message on YouTube. Maybe some mod can also put that onto the chat again. Let's just play like 1 or 2... Oh, lost this. You can't tell me. We lost some points. I was not surviving for too long. Yeah, so disappointing. Thanks, Chaos. Yeah, I will just play this game still and take a short break then. Because I've been streaming for 2 hours and I should take a break. Can fill up my glass again. And yeah, I will then continue streaming on Twitch. Should I play PC or iPad? I don't feel like I'm much worse on the PC anymore. Just the occasional shot that is not looking as great, like cupola shots. The cupola shots are still much worse on PC than iPad. Ah. Oh yeah, yeah, please. Oh.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Is the spall liner indication broken now, or does it not have any? Okay, that was a miss. What? Oh, Batshit already died. Nice. Good map awareness on my half here. But I just did not notice about this at all. But we can just kill the corner. Yeah, alright, that's no sport liner. Oh. Oh.
We've damaged them.
This works even. Oh, no, 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 no. What?
Enemy armor is damaged. We've set
E4 shot me, okay.
enemy armor is hit.
Never mind.
Enemy armor is hit.
Some great HEs here.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
I guess I'm safe to push around here. Oh.
Our fuel tanks hit. We've damaged them.
No, 800. Yeah, he gets a max roll. Sure. Sure. Oh my. And I did not notice that IS-7 dying behind me. Ah, oh, I should have just gone back actually. Man. Yeah, okay, we are losing this one. Well, okay. I'll restart on Twitch then. Give me like 5 minutes. Yep. I will just go for Twitch now, and can I just wait? And add text. Okay. Good. I'm ready. So head over to Twitch. I will restart in about 5 minutes. So see you there and be right back.